Hi Solivita, Gary Matiko here. I want to thank all of you who stopped by my table at the meet and greet on Tuesday and asked me some good questions and wanted to know my opinions on a variety of issues. But one issue kept coming up repeatedly over the few hours that we were there, and that's the issue of the lawsuit. What do you think about the lawsuit? The upcoming lawsuit that we need to vote on in February. It's a very complex situation that we're dealing with here. And I'd first like to start out by talking about the power in numbers that we have here at Solivita. So let's call this math for Solivitans. We have 5,470 homeowners in our community. So every $1 million that we either spend or save equates to $183 per homeowner. You can use that in some cases to determine what your risk may be or what your payment may be for an event. So let's talk about the lawsuit. We know that in the first leg of the lawsuit, there's a claim of about $4.5 million that we are owed by Taylor Morrison, from Taylor Morrison. So the potential gain there for the lawsuit is 4.5 times $183. So that would be the savings that you would receive, in effect, for winning that part of the lawsuit. The second leg of the lawsuit talks about the claim that our roads were not built to the standards at the time, and there's a value of $20 million placed on that claim. So your potential savings there is 20 times $183. The third part of the lawsuit involves a claim that we're owed the amenities for free. You will have to determine your own value for the amenities. If we got the amenities for free, let's pick a number. We would save $10 million because we wouldn't have to pay $10 million to get the amenities. So that would be 10 times 183, which is what our savings would be. So that's a quick answer to a few questions that I got, and people thanked me for explaining it in those terms, because they hadn't thought about that. So I just wanted to share that with you because I did get some thank yous on Tuesday at the meet and greet. There are some other aspects of the lawsuit that are harder to quantify, and let's just pick one. Let's assume that we get involved in a lawsuit that takes anywhere from 3 to 4 years to complete. Now, I picked those numbers because the attorney in the first meet and greet stated that he expected this lawsuit to last 2 to 3 years, and if it went all the way to the Supreme Court, then it could be up to 4.5 years. So let's say during that period of time, you want to sell your home for whatever reason. What is the impact of the value of your home should a potential buyer find out that we're involved in an extended lawsuit? That's harder to quantify. We don't know if that would be $5,000, $10,000, $20,000, or $30,000. It's very difficult to quantify what the penalty is for being involved in an extended lawsuit. So each of us are going to have to decide what our risk is if we feel that we may fall into that category. Another area that's not so clear in terms of doing some simple math is how much money are we missing out on should we be involved in an extended lawsuit? And that's a little bit more difficult because there are several components there. Number one, I think we all feel like our club dues are much greater than they really need to be, okay? Pick a value, $50 a month, too high. In 1 year, that's $600 of savings, potential savings that we're missing out of if we didn't have the amenities during that year. Another number that's hard to put your finger on is the amount of income that Taylor Morrison receives from the revenues producing portions of our club. Some people have estimated that in the $5 to $6 million a year range. So once again, that's savings that we're missing out on for every year that we're involved in an extended lawsuit. So it's a very complex situation we're faced with, but at the end of the day, every homeowner needs to make an informed decision in February when they go to vote. Take the information from the first town hall, which was on December the 9th. Take the information that we will find out on Tuesday, January the 20th at the next town hall meeting. Ask some good questions to the attorney next Tuesday, and collect as much data as you can before you start voting in February. In any case, I wish you and your family the best. Get through this very important election that we have coming up, not only for selecting a candidate to serve on the board, but also for placing your vote as to whether or not we should proceed with a lawsuit and the claims against Taylor Morrison. Once again, we should get every dollar we can. Good luck, fellow homeowners, and I appreciate your support next month. Thank you.